Annyeong! Hello! I completed watching the trending Korean drama called When the Phone Rings. It has 12 episodes, unlike the 16 episodes which usually the Korean drama has. So, you can expect the story to be crispier, sharp, on to the point. Coming to the leads, the male lead is one of the male lead who has done in hospital playlist. You know, the one who wanted to be a priest but they fell in love. He's that character. And the female lead is the female lead of the Korean drama I'm Not a Robo. And the cast is wonderful. I'm sure you would have seen most of the cast or the supporting cast in many of the K dramas. Okay, let me go into the story, how it all happens. Episode 1, starts with the hero entry. He's coming to some party, and then everyone are like, oh, he's the president's spokesperson. He's so handsome. And then later, heroine joins him, and everyone are like, oh, is she the wife he was hiding? Oh, she's so lucky to have him. And then we cut to the story of how they are there. It's on the climax. It's just a part of the story in middle, so we'll just know how their relationship has been. So they both are couple. They're already married. She'll be at her in-laws' place with her mother and they both are discussing like, I think you need to have a kid, and I don't want you to continue your job. I want to. Mother-in-law is like, don't continue the job. It's not good since your father-in-law is running for president, and her mother is like coming. What can you not do? Can you not even have a child? How much I have to tell you? Go to a dermatologist, get a plastic surgery done, get fillers done, and then you see the relationship is not that great, and then she gets kidnapped. I mean, while she was going from her mother-in-law's place to her place, and she gets kidnapped. The kidnapper actually hacks the car and then gets in, because that model had some fault, which was the car she owned. He gets in and he calls her husband and tells, your wife is with me, and his phone is never charged. It's always on low battery. So it cuts. So, but he's still in office. So he connects to the charger and he asks his secretary. Park Doje is the character name. He asks the secretary, can you please track this number? What it is about? And then he calls his mother. Mother, my wife was with you, right? Where is she? She tells, no, she went left with your mother-in-law. So he calls the mother-in-law. He's like, Mom, where is my mother-in-law? Where is my wife? She's like, she's having dinner and I'll send her home. He's like, okay. My wife is at the mother-in-law's home. So she's okay. But then the kidnapper keeps calling, like, I'll do that, do this, don't cut and all. He's like, your wife is there with me and she's hell scared. And he's like, call me when you have her corpse. And he cuts the call. And then he tries to ring him multiple times, but then no. But here his wife is actually kidnapped. And he's like, call me like them. And we get to know the wife does not speak. She is a dumb person. As in, she literally can't speak. We got to know the story that through some accident or something. We don't know how she lost whatever, but she cannot speak. She's a dumb person. And we're like, okay. And even though he asks, okay, then make me hear my voice for her, he can't do that because they know both, she can't speak. And then she's so upset that her husband does not care for her. And she, obviously when someone loves you and asks for ransom, they're like, no, I'm not going to negotiate with you. You can actually kill that person. I thought maybe it was a good strategy for him to let go. But then she is terrified and she is shocked. And then she's like, I was like, even I could do, man. I can be the lead of this kind of K-dramas where, you need not speak because I'm not that fluent in Korean. Then, when I was just about to think that and dream of me in that K-drama world, which I fantasize about, then heroine speaks. Then I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I can't be the Korean heroine, lead actress. But then, yeah, either way, I don't think I have it in me. Okay, either way. And then she speaks. You're like shocked. What? She can speak? But then why she's acting like she can't speak? That's the whole point of drama. But then you're like, call that man for me. Call my husband for me. I want to speak to him. And then somehow she goes and she rampages his car and hits a barricade. And then his phone, the kidnapper phone whom it was trying to call the kidnapper, his phone the use of his phone was only to call his husband, her husband, sorry, who was called uh, Parkinson. It was only used to call him, and it you cannot call more than 10 minutes because otherwise you get to know the location. And then yeah, it was like a secured phone only made to harass him or call him. So what happens when she bangs the car with the accident, the kidnapper is unconscious, and then she takes away her phone and keeps it with her, and she goes to the home. Husband is still unaware, and then they go to like daily work continues, and she keeps that phone and calls her husband exactly at 10 p.m. every day and blackmails him. And the phone has a voice modulator, so even if they'll not know voice modulators and she's speaking, but it'll be like some same voice going through, so it's as though as a man is speaking. So the whole thing goes like where he's trying to find the kidnapper and every day, and then he tries to get the clue, but they can't get the clue, they can't get the location. But then he's just confused how the kidnapper knows his wife, because he has made it so that no one knows who is his wife. Everyone thinks it's a person, or like its elder daughter from a reputed family. He's his wife, but her photos are not out. No one knows. But the heroine names is Hong Hee Jo. No one knows who Hong Hee Jo is. No one knows. So he's like, how does the kidnapper know so many things? And then somehow he gets to know she was kidnapped. Because Hong Hee Jo has the phone, she starts revealing personal details, like how did you know, how like she has a problem. She wants to get divorced from him because the marriage, there is nothing in the marriage. She was married as a hostage, or you can say it was a marriage between families, where her elder sister had run off from a wedding. So instead of the elder sister, they got married to the younger sister. Younger sister is she's a stepsister. She wants to get away from this marriage, so uses that phone to blackmail him and get a divorce out of him. And indirectly, she reveals a lot about him. And then in the parallel, his secretary Park Do Jae is working to get to know all those things, modulator, who is she, and all those things. And then one day, her mom comes and visits the heroine, and she gifts her the lingerie. She's like, wear this. Why are you not able to have a child? Please have, and all. And she gets an idea. She takes the photo of her thigh and then sends it to the kidnapper. He's like, what? And sends it to the hero. And he's like, what? And she's like, have you not seen your wife's thigh? I don't think you have a relationship with her. Don't you recognize your wife's thigh? And then he's just so confused. He's so baffled. And it's a bit comical. And she's like, don't you know your wife has a mole on her thigh? And then you're like, okay, it's actually a very comical scene. And then he comes and tries to check, but then he just resorts, okay, let's not do this. So these things go on for a while, and she, even though she's acting as a kidnapper, she actually somehow tells a lot more details about her, like what are you doing, you are that. But he gets confused about their marriage. No one knew except their close family, as in his parents, her in-laws, and none of them know who his wife is. He is a very important person. He's a president spokesperson. Only he is on the TV. We don't even know who the president is, but we all know who the president spokesperson is because of him. And then she never speaks, and none of them know that she does not speak. We get to know it was via accident. Her mom made her shut her mouth. She's like, your sister lost she became deaf in an accident, and we lost her brother, and you are the step daughter. If you speak up in this tragedy, people will not, they will not allow us to be in their home, so don't speak. So she's forced to not to speak, and she does not speak from then on. She's just, even when anything trouble happens, she doesn't take her voice up. And all these things happens, and then she has her sunbae or as in her college friend. She's a sign interpreter sign, as in when the news comes you see the people who does sign language so that the deaf can understand. So her job is that, and she meets her college senior and BFF, and then this husband has a doubt, like he's getting to know the details about the wife, whether her phone is hacked and all those things. And he gets to know her boyfriend is sorry, not her boyfriend, her best friend, her sunbae, she's very close to, and all such things. And then there'll be fire in the office, there'll be explosion in the office, and things actually go bad. Like she is she's also blackmailed, he's also blackmailed, there's a fire in the suspect, and you kind of think there can be only two suspects. One is Park Doje, his secretary, and other is her BFF. But then you see there'll be a fire when secretary goes and sees there'll be another person who is lighting up the fire, and her BFF is with the heroine. So you're like, okay, maybe both of them may not be the suspect, may not be the kidnappers. But then the hero is like, no, he's known, is a serial arsonist. Like his job is to light fire, but it's not him. And he gives clues that the explosion in his office was not by him, not done by him, but other things. And then hero and heroine, like few details, like kidnapper uses heroine's dad to blackmail him. Heroine's dad is in a nursing home, and her mother has married a chairman. So she blackmails her, telling, if you don't act up like this, or if you do something not good, like not having kids and all, I'll take your dad from the nursing home and sending him off and all. So she is actually kind of blackmailed, and she's a very obedient daughter. She listens to her mother, and she does that. And the story goes on, like every day 10 o'clock they call, but things actually get a bit how do I say, bit intense. Hero slowly gets to know more of the things. When heroine that was kidnapped, she's baffled, and then she somehow speaks in the police car, and then he gets a dash cam, and he knows she can speak, and he kind of guesses that she's the one who is calling him as a kidnapper, and he's not sure that she has joined hands with the kidnapper, or what happens. He kind of catches her at multiple places, but then he's like, no, she can't speak, and then she will not be, even though he got to know she speaks, even then he is not sure. But then at certain point he will be very damn sure that she was the one. But then he actually loves her so much, not from now, from childhood. uh, he loves her so much, he's like not to confront her because she will feel bad, and she is also thrown off the cliff. They go to a retreat, she gets a job. Again, he asks her to join the presidential office as a sign language interpreter. So she gets a job, and then she's thrown off a cliff, and there are many things. Even then, I mean, he never tells her that, I know you're the one who's doing, you want to get away from me. No, his he's such a sweetheart. He loves her so much. He just wants her to tell it on her own. And then there are usual scenes where he has feelings for her, but then she's meeting with a college friend. And again, they all meet in the hotel. He plans to meet, and there's some jealousy scenes, and it's good. And everyone, I mean, I love the jealousy scenes, whatever happens. And in the team retreat where they go for the outing, he's like doing full warm ups to win the team building activity. And when the heroes warm up and show off, something comical is gonna happen. And yes, a bit of comical scene happened, and I laughed a bit. Like he's like full doing warm up, and when the activity comes, he's like, he actually could not do it. Then heroine steps up, and they were able to do it. Like the story goes on, and I would like to say a few things. The sign language, I think, because of the series, I also know I kind of learned a bit of a sign language because heroine actually teaches the hero. And the heroine, her sign language action is incredible, and the way her mouth moves when she does sign language. I've seen a pretty sign language on TV. I think marvelous job. You actually feel, that she is someone who is expert in sign language. And then kidnapping thing happens, and then at the climax, or you see at the around 10th episode, heroine actually gets kidnapped, and she and the kidnapper are missing. Then he goes public with his announcement, this is my wife, please find her. And that's where it's towards the climax. And then uh, how in the drama it went class, the story was one pace and the climax was going like kidnapping and all those dramas. It kind of reminded me of that drama. uh I felt it was too much of an unnecessary drama. They could have done better. They kind of catch the kidnapper, and then they get to know that his secretary, president spokesperson secretary, is the one who's a master plan behind this. And then you get to know why they're all doing. There's some missing orphan cases. You get to know the gist of the drama. It's like missing orphan cases. And then what happens? Park Hero's grandfather is not actually Hero's grandfather, but is actually the son. And his son, who is officially known, he has a son who is the original Park Soin. He's kidnapped, or he's uh, or grandfather. Okay, let me make it very clear. His grandfather kills his grandson because his grandson is the monster. Like he likes to kill fishes, he likes to kill cat. He's a monster. So grandfather is like, no, I don't want this monster to have my family lane, because their family is known to have presidents. So he kills him, but somehow he is saved, and he does not recollect any memory. And when grandfather died, all his memory surfaces. So what his grandfather did was, when his grandson died, he got someone else as a replacement for his grandson, and his grandson was actually his son, but none of them knew. I think you have seen this in other K dramas. I'm sure you know which, and if you know which, do comment. Okay, and so these things happens, and later you get to know it was president secretary who was the mastermind, because he didn't know that Park Seo-yoon was replaced, so he'll be targeting the wrong Park Seo-yoon. Then they all get to know, and there is too much hype about this. Mm, I don't know. For me, I felt it was unnecessary drama, because once you get caught, also again he is left, and heroine's mother, or the original Park Seo-in mother, is a psychiatrist. I mean, what's the use of a psychiatrist if you're not able to understand your son is a monster, and you are not able to give him love and make him protect him? What she does, she just locks him up. That's a way of protection. And since they're missing, they go public. She would have locked her son and her daughter-in-law, as in the heroine, in some lock. Hero is trying to find, but there are many people who step up. President's spokesperson, his colleagues come, and her colleagues come to search. Their friends come, but none of them find. They were actually, their car rammed into the river. They're not able to find her or him, for that matter. And then he's like, hero is, they're like, we're not able to get. He's like, it's my mother, because she hadn't come to the scene also where the car had crashed. He's like, it's my mother, get the arrest warrant on her. And they're like, no sir, we can't do it. And then he's like, I know a way, and he gets her arrested. She's like, I didn't kill Hong Hee-jo or the heroine, have you found the dead body yet? Police is like, no, we have not called you for the murder of that, but you've called murder for the grandfather and the chairman, or her father. And I was like, what? Then we get to know she actually didn't like his father-in-law, because he actually killed her own son. So she kills him, and then they're shocked, and then like, where, and they try to hack the phone, and they get to know heroine is in some basement of her home, which she goes. And then you open it, and she actually ran. Her secretary should have told her secretary, when I'm in police, kill her but save my son. But he is a good man, he does not do that. He allows her to roam freely. And then he is open, but then his father comes. Unnecessary drama, as I told, and all those things happen. Whatever, both him and the kidnapper, as original Park Seo-yoon, are left out, and they are roaming, and she is hiding. And then finally police got to know the location, they enter the scene, and she goes and hugs him. But then you go drive the car, and again the kidnapper stops the car. I mean, why will you stop your car? Please run him over or go maneuver around the car and go to a safe place. No, they're just hugging and then they're stopping the car, and I'm like, what? And then he's like, tell something, and he tells something in the hero eyes, and then hero actually cries and then looks at a hero, and we don't know what he tells, but the fire gunshot is done, and actually the original kidnapper dies. And you'll be like, okay, he has died, it's a happy ending. No, there are some one more episode going on, where what happens after he dies, a hero just, what do I tell, it's Mia, as in he's missing in action, he has left somewhere, no one knows where he has gone. I'm like, oh, why, dude? Your wife loves you and everything is on point. But then again, she's like trying to find him. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And all. And then she gets to know somewhere she gets to know it's in the Republic of Argon. It's a war zone, and he is there in that war zone. And by the way, I had to Google. There is no country called Argon. It's actually a fictional country done in this novel. And then for a moment, I was like, am I watching the drama when the phone rings, or have I entered or watching the episodes from Descendants of the Sun? It's literally like the Descent of the Sun. I don't know why was it required. They could have just ended, but then heroine goes there, and then she gets kidnapped, and they finally meet, and then you're like, okay, and then they do it, they have sex, and then heroine asks the hero what happened, or why did you cry when the kidnapper told all those things. And he's like, he told me that the accident was caused by my grandfather, which made your stepbrother die, and your sister going deaf. That made you not to speak, and it shattered your life. So I was not feeling good. I wanted to repent for that. I wanted to get punished. And she's like, I should be the one punishing you and not you going off like that and punishing me. And then this does not come as a surprise, because this part you already know, as in they have already told you in the story. And then it's not surprising, when this came up. I don't know why it was unnecessary drama for me from the end. I don't know, it was not necessary according to me. And then coming back to the overall drama, I thought it would be more crispier, it even though because it had only 12 episodes. But for me it was not that crispier, but it gave me all the feels of a K-drama. The story is unique, the plot is unique. I mean, it makes for a good viewing. And then the bonds, the relationship are shown very beautifully. Like, her sister has actually done a lot of things in the plot to not to make her heroine suffer. Actually, heroine sister knows, mother knows, her father knows, and even her BFF, as in the Sunday, everyone knows that she can speak, but she's not speaking. And sister feels guilty because she already knew she could speak, and then she was not able to speak. So that's beautifully shown. And when the daughter goes missing, there's a huge transformation role of her mother. She's like, I've never seen my daughter smile. I wanted all these things to be done by her. So it's wonderful. And acting wise also, I usually have no complaints about acting in Korean drama when there are good lead roles in the lead, because supporting actors are always doing good job. It's only the hero heroine sometimes don't do good job. But then you already seen the previous drama, and they've done a fabulous job. I mean, fantastic job. And somehow, I don't know, maybe it's only me, hero and heroine, they have similar lips. Okay, I mean, the upper lips, they have, I don't know, a little swelling or swollen a bit. And then the jawline, if they do some other drama where the siblings are at the forte or at the main, I think they can pass on as siblings. I don't know, the chemistry was good, but somehow I felt the face structure is very similar. And the overall K drama, it was interesting, it was different, it was a thriller, it was good. And at the end, hero is like, you can call me, I like the fierce Hong Hee Jo I saw, where I was doing the call. So it's very beautiful, it's very pretty. Overall, if you are a K-drama fanatic, or you're up for any thriller, this is a good one. Definitely give it a shot. Maybe you can forgive the final few episodes, like 2 episodes, because first 10 episodes were fantastic and last 2 episodes are not bad. I just felt it didn't go well with the vibe of the whole drama or the plot they have created, but who can complain? It's a happy ending, so I'm okay. I don't know this obsession with K drama where at the finale episodes, hero or heroine, one of them goes missing in action and they all reunite. I don't have the tendency to like that, but overall it's a happy ending, so no complaints. So, okay then, that's all for now. Thank you. Bye. Kamsahamnida.